What's good? It's your boy Leel, and I am back to do another live stream, giving my reactions to the Lomachenko versus Pedraza fight. Excuse me if I pronounce his name wrong, but these people be coming up with some funny behind names, and it's hard for me to pronounce it. But I'm here to give my reactions to this fight. So before I get into anything, I need y'all, my friends, to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you can get the latest updates of when I do these live streams. Because when I do these live streams, I do these live streams. Y'all know how it gets down. But before I get into the main event, I want to piggyback on the first fight that was on the undercard. Tiempo Lopez. All right. What a knockout. All right, what a knockout. That's probably knockout of the year. I mean, he put Menard literally to bed. He put him to bed, and the referee should have read him a bedtime story. All right, what a right hand, right on a button, right on the ear. All right, right on the ear. And this guy Menard looked like he went down before he even hit the ground. He was out. Lights is out. Alright? He probably gonna wake up and think this was a bad dream or something. But what a knockout. And you see this cat, doing a flip after he won. This dude Lopez doing, thinking this is gymnastic, doing a flip. You saw him with the Kyler Murray jersey, showing love to the guy, Kyler Murray, the quarterback out of Oklahoma who just won the Heisman, just like I predicted in my last live. So, that was an excellent knockout. Possibly could be knockout of the year, or, in the running of that. But yes, this Lomachenko fight. You see, Lomachenko is a guy who I think is one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world. All right, he's literally moving up the ranks like that. Like it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Obviously, he has one loss to a guy that he probably shouldn't have even fought, but he still made a contest out of it. But this guy is one of the best pound for pound fighters, and I'm going to give you my analysis of the fight. Listen, I only gave this cat 2 rounds, all right? This dude, Pedraza, there we go. I gave him 2 rounds. The second round and maybe the 4th round, right? But that was it, right? It wasn't the most entertaining fight. Like, I'm not going to get over here and lose my voice like how I did the Deontay Wilder and Fury fight. My post-game, my reactions to the fight after the fight. But, for the most part, Lomachenko did his thing. He did what he had to do. The 10th round, that was one of the best rounds I seen in a minute from an individual fighter. Throwing his hands up. With combinations, the speed, the vision. And that's one thing that Lomachenko has, is that vision. That like, he knows what you're going to do before you even do it. And you see it with just his mechanics in general. Like, he's a boxer. Lomachenko is a boxer. You see, he wasn't fighting the way that I know Lomachenko to fight in the earlier rounds. I almost went to bed. But when he got going in that 10th round, that's the Lomachenko that I want to see. That's the Lomachenko that I know of. One of the top pound for pound fighters in the world. That 10th round right there. All right? I'm surprised Pedraza survived. All right? Pedraza, you almost got beat like a piñata in that 10th round, okay? Right there, that display right there, it was almost like he was practicing in the gym with those balls where you hitting them. Bam, 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 bam. That's what it was. And I didn't even think Pedraza he was able to throw a few punches in that whole round. It was a display. And he went down. You could tell that, he was done. He needed a break. He took a knee like he was daggone Colin Kaepernick for a second, right? And then you thought that, maybe he might get back up. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. And then he got back up. And then Lomachenko just came again, like a pinata. Like he was in the gym. And then he went down again, and I'm like, all right, the referee about to stop this fight. It's over. It's over. But the credit goes to Pedraza, or whatever. I keep on saying his name totally wrong. Credit goes to the brother. He literally didn't quit. Most fighters, they would have been like, I'm done. I'm out of this. They would have been in the words of Ha Ha Davis. This is boxing. This is boxing right here. They would have retired. They would have been like, I'm out of here. But credit goes to Pedraza. He sat there. He fought. He did. He did his thing. I mean, but still, it wasn't really a close fight. But he tried. At the end of the day, he went out with pride. He went out with dignity. But Lomachenko, man, this guy, if he can, you see, that's the thing I was wondering before the fight. He had the arm surgery or whatever after the Dolores fight, in which he caught, a nice body shot to put him to sleep. I was wondering how he would fight in this fight. You know what I'm saying? How would he respond? And you saw it in the beginning of the fight, he was scared to throw that right hook. He was scared. He ain't throw it for the majority of the fight. I don't even know if he probably threw it by a few times. But in the beginning of the fight, he was not throwing that at all. At all. But like I said, when Lomachenko has rounds, like if he can fight like how he fought in the 10th round, who's stopping this cat? You know what I'm saying? So what I think was, in the beginning of the fight, even though he was winning the fight, it still wasn't, what I expected from Lomachenko. But when he got to the 10th round, all right, that's the Lomachenko that I know of. That's the Lomachenko that's one of the best pound-for-pound fighters, right up there with Terrence Crawford, all right, right up there with Errol Spence, all right? That's that guy right there. So we'll see what happens going forward. The judges, let me see, the judges had this fight. I think all three judges, I may be wrong, I know at least two judges had the same scorecard, and I believe all three of them did. 117 and 109. Pretty, lopsided fight. Yeah, and I think one of them gave Pedraza 3 rounds. A lot of people gave them 3 rounds. The majority of the people that watched the fight, I believe, gave Pedraza 3 rounds. I gave him 2, but I can see, 2, 3, I can see that. But I gave him 2 rounds. Lomachenko, like I said, when he lets his hands go, and he's a good defensive fighter. You see, his mechanics is as good as anybody I've seen. One thing that I like about Lomachenko is his mechanics. You see Wilder, take a fighter like Wilder from the heavyweight division. A guy who's undefeated, 38, well, not now it's changed because Tyson Fury, to be honest with you, Tyson Fury, in my opinion, won that fight. If you saw my other lives, you know how I feel about that. But take a guy like Wilder, all right? He's not a boxer. He got exposed. His mechanics is terrible, but he's a knockout artist, right? You take guys like that. Tyson Fury, my guy right there. But he's a defensive fighter. He can box, but he doesn't have power. You see, Lomachenko, in my opinion, is a guy that has it all. Mechanically sound, knows how to let his hands go, right? He doesn't throw from weird angles like Wilder. He sees your moves. He is literally like he has 3D glasses, and he sees the punches coming his way, and he's able to adjust his defense accordingly. He's a all-around boxer, Lomachenko is. And if you like boxing, start watching this cat, because he's going to be the real deal. You heard him in the fight press after interview, whatever, post-fight interview in the ring. He want to fight Mikey Garcia, right? And I would love to see that fight. I think that would be an excellent fight. I think it will be a close fight. I'm not going to make no predictions now, obviously. But, Mikey Garcia got his hands full, against Errol Spence. Because that's going to be a tough fight for Mikey. But I believe in Mikey at the same time. I believe Mikey can make that fight interesting. So we'll see. Mikey got to get his job done. But this will be a fight I would love to see, Lomachenko and Mikey. And I would even throw Pacquiao in there. Lomachenko and Pacquiao would be a good fight in my opinion. Even though, I think Lomachenko would be the favorite to win that fight. But I think it would be a good fight. Why? Because one thing about Manny Pacquiao is that Manny Pacquiao is not afraid to let his hands go. And that's the problem that Adrian Broner is going to face when he fights Pacquiao in January. Is Broner going to let his hands go? And if he lets his hands go, then I believe that's an interesting fight. If he doesn't, he's going to get run out the gym. So the reason why I would love to see Lomachenko and Pacquiao too is because they both let their hands go. And that's what I want to see. Boxers letting their hands go. And Pacquiao, you always know Pacquiao gonna come at you. So I would love to see a Lomachenko Pacquiao. I would love to see a Lomachenko Mikey. I don't think Lomachenko is ready for Terrence Crawford yet. Probably, but I don't think so. But yeah, like I think Pacquiao Lomachenko will be a good fight, and Lomachenko and Mikey. But for the most part, I mean, it's top rank. It's ESPN. You're not gonna get the greatest fight. It's not like a pay-per-view fight. It's not, something that's gonna have you at the edge of your seat, screaming, losing your voice, screaming your head off, like I did last week with that Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fight. I mean, I was losing my mind. All right, I went on the live after the fight with no voice. I was like, I'm screaming my head off. I can't believe the Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fight. And the other fight, I forgot to mention. I literally talked about the first undercard and not the second. Right? The second fight, I mean, it was pretty all right. It was much better than the first fight, obviously, because it was a run-around knockout. But that one was good too. The guy lost his belt. I forgot the cat name. But yeah, so I really thought that in that second fight, man, this African cat, man, he had the belt and he was a pretty good fighter, but you saw, the short, he being short is not gonna help you. And listen, I hate discrediting people that's short because I'm short myself. So every time I talk bad on a short person, I be feeling the type of way my damn self because I'm a short person. I'm only like 5'7". So anytime I try to refrain from bringing up like responses about somebody being short because I'm damn short myself. So I feel like I'm attacking, myself being short. Like how you say something about, the LGBTQ to be example, and one person get offended, you offend the whole LGBT. That's what happens when, with short people. I get offended too. You know what I'm saying? Low key. But, it is what it is. But yes, the cat was short, in my opinion, and that played dividend because when you short, you fighting a fighter, taller than you, you're punching up. And, you best to have power if you're going to do that. And this cat went night, and, I don't know what the hell that little sound that he was making before the fight. I forgot what. He was still I don't know what the kind of sound he was making, right? But I literally thought, at one point he was gonna get knocked out, and then he was gonna have the whole African tribe that was there at the fight, singing "This Is America." This is America. This is America. Trying to wake him up. This is America. But anyway, that fight was pretty good. But yes, the main event, Lomachenko, pedraza. Lomachenko showed you, why he's one of the best pound-for-pound fighters. In the later rounds, he showed you that, like I said, the 10th round, in which I believe that was a lesson. That was a lesson right there. That was a lesson, and he was a professor. And like I said, pedraza got beat like a piñata, okay? And he got ate like he was an empanada, all right? And what did he do the rest of the fight? Nada. So, yeah, definitely, fight for your money. Obviously, top rank ESPN, it's a fight for your money, So, we'll see. Like I said, Lomachenko, Pacquiao, I'd love to see. And Lomachenko, Mikey Garcia. It's two fights I want Lomachenko to have right now, all right? But, yeah, I'm going to leave, it up to all these other YouTube channels with reactions and ESPN for y'all to leave this live and go on and watch too, because I'm about to close it out right now. All right, you tune into the Real Leel Live, Real Leel Sports. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so you can get the latest updates of when I do live streams. Because when I do live streams, I'm going to do live streams because that's what I do. I'm in a good mood, y'all. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood. You feel me? I'm in a good mood. And it's crazy because the other day, right before I leave this live, the other day, like a couple weeks ago, Lomachenko, he gave his top 4 or 5 pound for pound fighters in the world. And one thing I like about Lomachenko, I'm going to keep it real, he's very honest. He's an honest guy. You see a lot of boxers, they not honest. You know what I'm saying? They're not honest. They like to keep things, silent, the politics of the game. But he's very honest. And you've seen it. Like, you see the interviews, he's very honest. Even, after the fight, he said who he really wanted. But he was honest. He gave his his top five. I forgot the order in which he gave it in, but I know a couple of the people that he named in his top five was Anthony Joshua. The other cat in England, Usk, whatever. Mind you, I have a problem pronouncing names sometimes. I'm gonna work on that. Trust me, I'm gonna get that tightened up. You know me. When I got something to work on, I'm gonna tighten it up. Usk, Anthony Joshua. I believe he had Errol Spence in there. Could have been Errol Spence or Crawford, one of those two cats. And then he had somebody else in there. But yeah, those were his top. Those were his top four or whatever. But yes, you know. That's what I want to say. But anyway, great night of sports. Obviously, you had the Heisman Trophy presentation. You had some NBA basketball games. You had UFC. You had a fight in UFC in which, the guy got knocked out. You had all these sporting events, college basketball. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Later today, you got the NFL football season, week 14. Yay, yay! Listen, man. It's getting real good. Boxing is in a good spot. A lot of talent in the boxing era right now. In the welterweight, heavyweight, lightweight. I'm all for it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm all for it. But definitely subscribe to the channel and watch the last couple of live streams that I did. I dropped a pair of live streams from my radio show on 90.5, The Real Leel Show, season finale. Check that out. That was a masterpiece. All right. Mike and Leel keeping it real, the final episode. Check that out. And I dropped a live earlier today. You don't gotta check that one out because those were predictions for the Heisman Trophy. Obviously, that is over. But yes, check those episodes out. And until next time, one love.